Welcome to Cyber Bytes, your weekly dose in the latest in cybersecurity news. I'm your host, Edwin Kwan, and today we'll be talking about ransomware shaking up global supply chains, critical Linux vulnerabilities, crypto wallet scams, a shakeup in the SSL world, and a new twist in phishing thanks to AI chatbots. So let's dive right in. Our first news is about IT distribution giant Ingram Micro, who has suffered a massive global outage after falling victim to a SafePay ransomware attack. This is a company that moves billions in tech hardware and software every year, and they're suddenly unable to process orders, ship products, or even access core platforms like their AI-powered Xvantage and Impulse license provisioning systems. So what has happened? So late last week, Ingram Micro's system went dark. Employees found ransomware nodes on their devices, and the company's website and ordering systems became inaccessible. The attackers reportedly got in through Ingram Micro's Global Protect VPN, prompting an urgent warning to staff to stay off the VPN, work from home, and brace for disruption. While some internal services like Microsoft 365 and Teams are still running, the outage has effectively halted their core business operations worldwide. So who's behind it? The group SafePay Ransomware Group has been active since November 2024, and they have racked up over 220 victims in less than a year. Their signature move is to target corporate VPN gateways using stolen credentials and password spray attacks. Now, this is a big deal because Ingram Micro is a backbone supplier for tech resellers and managed service providers globally. When they go down, ripple effects hit the entire supply chain. The company is now working with cybersecurity experts and law enforcement, but they say that each day offline could cost them over $100 million in lost sales. So if your business relies on Ingram Micro, expect delays and keep an eye out for updates. And if you're using VPNs, now's the time to double check your security protocols. Now for our next story, which is for the Linux users. There have been two critical vulnerabilities discovered in the sudo command line tool. They are CVE 2025-32462 and CVE 2025-32463. These flaws could let local users escalate their privileges to root on major Linux distributions like Ubuntu, Red Hat, and Debian. The bug's been lurking for over 12 years. It allows users to execute commands on unintended machines if sudoers files are shared across systems or managed via LDAP. The second vulnerability is even scarier. It lets any unprivileged user gain root access by trickling sudo into loading malicious libraries, even if they're not listed in the sudoers file, and it's rated at 9.3 on the CVSS scale. Now, all systems running sudo versions before 1.9.17p1 are affected, and your major Linux distros have already issued patches, so please update ASAP. Now, the sudoers maintainers are removing the cho root option entirely in future releases, citing that the risk is just too high. So make sure you patch now, audit your sudoers files, and keep an eye out. Alright, next story is for your crypto fans. Over 40 fake cryptocurrency wallet extensions have infiltrated the official Firefox add-ons store. They're not your cheap knockoff, they're pretty sophisticated clones designed to steal your wallet's credentials and drain your digital assets. These extensions, they mimic popular wallets like Coinbase, MetaMask, Trust Wallet, Phantom, and more. There are malicious codes inside these add-ons that monitors your keystrokes for wallet keys or seed phrases. Anything over 30 characters is flagged and sent straight to the attackers. They even hide the error messages by making them invincible, so you never know your info's been stolen. The researchers have traced the campaign to a Russian-speaking threat group, and the scam's been running since at least April 2025, and it shows no signs of stopping. The attackers have been pretty successful. They've been using real logos, fake 5-star reviews, and even clone open source wallet code to look legit. Now, the Mozilla has detection systems, but the sheer volume of fake reviews often drown out real user complaints. If you're a crypto user, only install wallet extensions from official sources and double check the reviews. And if you've installed a wallet extension recently, consider moving your funds and resetting your seed phrase immediately. For our next story, we're talking about Let's Encrypt and how it is shaking up the SSL TLS world by offering free certificates for IP addresses. Traditionally, those certs are tied to domain names, but now you can get a secure static IP without shelling out the $40 to $90 a year to get a domain name. This is great for hosting providers, home labs, or anyone running a server without a domain name. And it makes it easier to secure direct IP access, such as your Cloudflare's 1.1.1.1 or Google's 8.8.8.8. Now, these certificates are only valid for just 6 days because it's part of a broader industry move towards short-lived certs to reduce fraud. It's still in the staging environment, but general availability is coming later this year. Now, this is for static IPs, so they're not ideal for dynamic IPs or sites that need stable long-term access. The SEO and load times may take a hit if you're considering redirecting or changing backend infrastructure. And now onto our last story, where we're going to talk about AI and phishing. New research shows that ChatGPT and similar chatbots provide the correct website URL only 66% of the time when asked for company login pages. The rest of the time, they point users to date sites, incorrect pages, or the worst of all, domains that don't yet exist, which cybercriminals can quickly register for phishing. Now, how does this happen? AI models like GPT 4.1 rely on word associations, not actual web reputation checks. Attackers are already creating fake websites based on these AI mistakes, setting up elaborate ecosystems such as GitHub repos, Q&A docs, fake tutorials, and more to poison those chatbot results. Now, this is becoming more dangerous as more people turn to AI for quick answers, the risk of landing on a phishing site is increasing. And phishers can easily monitor which URLs are suggested by chatbots. They can buy up those domains and launch convincing attacks. As a GPT user, always double check URLs provided by the chatbots. Make sure you bookmark official sites and avoid clicking on links unless you're absolutely sure they are legit. And that wraps up this week's Cyber Bites. Stay sharp, stay safe, and I'll catch you next week.